If you're a screenwriter wanting to break into Hollywood, you might be looking at the writer's strike and the actor's strike and AI and wondering, is the Hollywood dream over? Well, my answer is kinda, but it's complicated. Let me tell you why. Hey, I'm Charlotte Lauriston, aka The Working Writer. I've been a television writer for the last 8 years. I've written on shows like Grand Crew, The Last OG, Ghosted, and People of Earth, and others. I'm also the lead mentor at The Working Writer School. It's an online course that trains screenwriters to become creative entrepreneurs who can confidently navigate building a professional network, attract managers and agents, manage their personal finances, pitch a TV show, and consistently produce original work they're proud of. So why do I think the Hollywood dream is kinda over? Well, let's look at what's going on in Hollywood right now. While the actors and writers are striking over artificial intelligence, residual pay, and career stability, Hollywood is at a standstill and nobody knows what the future holds. How did we get here? Well, streaming has created a business model that is currently not profitable, and writers and actors have essentially become gig workers, making an already unstable industry become unbearable for the average person. But aside from what's going on in the entertainment industry, I think we all know that there's something much deeper going on with labor around the world. Even historically safe industries like tech have seen massive layoffs. Teachers and nurses are striking over low wages and poor working conditions, and workers across the world are striking for the same reason. You put that together with inflation, increasing housing costs, no universal health care or child care in the United States, exorbitant costs for access to higher education, corporate capitalism that allows corporations and the wealthy to buy elections, politicians, and write their own laws, short-termism amongst corporations where they do what's best for their shareholders today with no regard for what consequences society will have to pay for it in the future. You add to that massive tax cuts and tax loopholes for the rich, and a social welfare system for corporations and banks who get bailed out when they make risky investments, and a very thin social welfare system for the rest of us workers that barely helps us when we're in times of need. What's clear is that workers across industries have been pushed to the brink. On the one hand, you could argue that the lack of security in the job market means that the onus is on us as individuals to create our own security, to start our own businesses, to better manage our finances, to not have kids, or even to choose a career that we know is safe. But the fact of the matter is that the United States is too friendly to corporations and too hostile to working people. In the richest country in the history of the world, we should all be able to have a social safety net that catches us when we fall, no matter what career path we choose, and we all deserve to be paid fairly and equally. Full stop. And since we don't have that, the only way for us to create real security for ourselves across every industry is through collective action. The reality of the Hollywood dream is that it is inextricably linked with the American dream. And the reality of the American dream right now is that workers get exploited and disrespected while corporations get to make all the rules and all the profits at our expense. I think the Hollywood dream needs a makeover. And these strikes are what will do that. These strikes are writers, creatives, and workers saying that those days of corporate greed are over. And we want to usher in an era where workers have real protections, get paid fairly, and society has a real safety net. I don't know about you, but I'm not gonna quit writing. Creativity has forced me out of my shell and out of my comfort zone in ways that I could not have predicted. It has been the most terrifying and awesome journey of my life, and I quite literally am not qualified to do anything else. Yes, this work stoppage will make it harder for people who are very committed but don't have the financial circumstances to continue. Of course, the turbulence in the industry makes all of us question our career choices. And you should absolutely think deeply about whether or not your circumstances will allow you to continue pursuing the creative path. But even if after all this, if you still want to write or create or perform, then the Hollywood dream isn't over. You have to keep doing it, because you never know what pursuing your creative hunches can lead to. You shouldn't let what's going on in the world stop you from pursuing your creative pursuits. Here are 2 things you can do to continue to pursue a career in screenwriting while the industry figures itself out. Number 1 is to chase skills. This is the time to work on your drafts, work on ideas you put away, or even go back to school. There's also no shame in getting a day job that pays the bills while you work on your writing. The second thing you can do is build an audience. Since more and more ad dollars are going to the internet, having an audience can give you more leverage in your career overall, even if it's a small one. If social media is not your thing, you should still continue to create work and put it out there in other ways, whether that be script competition or film festivals. No matter what, creative work is not for the faint of heart. It takes patience, consistency, resiliency, and guts. The bottom line is that industries have always gone through turbulence and change, and they always will. I don't think these strikes mean that there will suddenly stop being a need for writers, because Hollywood is always going to need ideas, and AI can't generate those. So Hollywood's gonna continue to need writers. In my opinion, it's about time that the industry got a makeover. If you watched this far and found this video helpful, then please smash that like button and subscribe so more people can find it. I'd also love to hear what your thoughts are in the comments. Until next time, get out there, get to work.